I know that twinkle in your eye. You're aching to talk about hot penny stocks. You've come to the right place. I'm John Zidar. This is On Top and Hot. And this is March 12th. It is Wednesday, my day, where I get to talk about what I like, hot penny stocks. You see, I'm a day trader. I primarily trade stocks under $5. And the great thing about that is it is only about the price. So you can find stocks under $5 on every single market. So if you like major exchange stocks, we got you covered. You really like those OTC dangerous stocks? We got you covered. Well, today I want to share a hot penny stock with you, one that came into my radar again, maybe coming into everybody's radar, maybe heating up an entire sector again. This is QBTS-D Quantum. Now, we have not been looking at the quantum sector for a while. It was hot. It was running hard. And then all of a sudden, the CEO of NVDA came out and he made a statement that quantum computing wasn't going to have any real practical applications for the world for at least 20 to 30 years. What? Well, that was all it took. That stopped the quantum sector running and nobody's really been paying attention to it. And who can blame the investors? Who wants to wait 20 years for a light at the end of the tunnel? Well, light showed up today out of nowhere from QBTS. They have had a demonstration of a quantum computer that just hit a milestone, a world's first. And it could shake up the whole sector and get things moving again. So QBTS, she finished today. Aha! We're not exactly a penny stock, are we? No, stocks under $5 are penny stocks. This one is leaving Pennyville right now. It's gone. But I want to talk to you about it before it gets too far out of reach, folks, because these stocks run hard. So even though it's not a penny stock, I still think it's worth your attention. Currently, she is at $5.83. She has had a decent day after the news came out. She is up 8.3%. That's a jump of 45 cents. She is a hot penny stock on the major exchange. She's on the New York Stock Exchange, which comes with benefits compared to the penny stocks on the OTC. First off, there's no transaction fees up here on the major exchange. You can buy your shares and sell your shares absolutely free, so you don't have to take that into consideration when you're gauging your profit margin. Also, you can trade pre-market aftermarket. You don't get to do that with OTC. There is a heck of a lot more money, a lot more volume, and a lot more rules up on the major exchange. And all of that is for the investor's benefit, I promise. So you know what QBTS is all about, right? They build, deliver, and operate quantum computers. D-Wave is a leader in the development and delivery of quantum computing systems, software, and services. We are the world's first commercial supplier of quantum computers. They are also the first quantum computer company on the public exchange. We are the only company building both annealing and gate model quantum computers. Our mission is to help customers realize the value of quantum today, not 20 years from now. Our 5,000 plus qubit advantage quantum computers, the world's largest, are available on premises or via the cloud and are supported by 99.9% availability and uptime. You can actually rent time on these quantum computers and use them if you know how. More than 100 organizations trust D-Wave with their toughest computational challenges. With over 200 million problems submitted to our Advantage systems and Advantage 2 prototypes to date, we're going to be talking about that prototype, our customers apply our technology to address use cases spanning optimization, artificial intelligence, research, and more. Now, if you've never seen a quantum computer, don't worry about it. I haven't either. But that's supposedly what they look like chandeliers from another planet. But when you really focus in on it, it's all about that chip right there. That chip is the entire quantum computer. It has got everything in it, and you cannot imagine the potential power in that little chip. That chip is the size of your thumbnail, and it generates so much heat that they put it inside this huge box that they refrigerate down below 0 degrees Celsius, and it has to stay there to operate. Now, they've been around for over a decade, I think. They've got They're computers at NASA, I do believe, and a couple of universities. And as I said, you can rent time and use it if you choose to. Now let's get some information about what's going on here. We've got a lot of news, and I'm not going to do a deep dive. We're just going to look at what's got this thing moving and what could actually get the entire quantum computer sector moving. We weren't looking at any of them. RGT, QUBT, QBTS. We weren't looking at any of them. There are lots of them. That list you're looking at isn't complete, but that's a lot of quantum computer companies that you can start watching now. So what we're focusing in on are these two pieces of news. One came out on, well, they both came out today. How about that? I only thought one of them came out today. So we're going to dive into both of these. This first one, Skywater's commercially fabricated qubits power D-Wave's landmark achievement in quantum supremacy. Skywater Technology, which is also on the public market, ticker SKYT, a US-based trusted technology realization partner, and D-Wave Quantum, a leader in quantum computing systems, today announced that D-Wave's Advantage 2 annealing quantum computer prototype, fabricated by Skywater, was used to achieve computational supremacy quantum simulation. This breakthrough also underscores the vital role of US-based manufacturing in advancing global technology leadership. Now we're going to be taking a look at some more information, but this is the company that is helping them build the chips for their quantum computers. The peer-reviewed paper confirms that D-Wave's annealing quantum computer outperformed one of the world's most powerful classical supercomputers in solving complex magnetic materials simulation problems with relevance to materials discovery. Magnetic materials are widely used in medical imaging, electronics, superconductors, electrical networks, sensors, and motors. And as I said, the big deal here is this is an American company making these semiconductors for us. Now, the other piece of news talks to us about what happened at this demonstration. The new landmark peer-reviewed paper validates this achievement as the world's first and only demonstration of quantum computational supremacy on a useful problem. Now, this isn't a brand new prototype. It's been around for a while. I don't know how long, but they tell us over here that since February 2024, that may be it, D-Wave customers have run nearly 9.5 million problems on the Advantage 2 annealing quantum computer prototype. So it's been around a while working hard, but now it's gone through a demonstration and proved itself. D-Wave put their Advantage 2 prototype annealing quantum computer up against Frontier supercomputer at the Department of Energy's Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Now check this out. D-Wave's quantum computer performed the most complex simulation in minutes with the level of accuracy that would take nearly 1 million years using a supercomputer. In addition, the supercomputers would need a full years of the world's electricity to solve the problem. 1 million years and a year's worth of world's electricity, and the quantum computer did it in mere minutes. This is a remarkable day for quantum computing. Our demonstration of quantum computational supremacy on a useful problem is an industry first. All other claims of quantum systems outperforming classical computers has been disputed or involved random number generation, which has no practical value for anybody. Our achievement shows, without question, that D-Wave's annealing quantum computers are now capable of solving useful problems beyond the reach of the world's most powerful supercomputers. Now, if you're impressed by this, this is not the first of their firsts. They actually had another one back on February 18th. On February 18th, D-Wave and Stack, a leading consulting and development practice in AI, blockchain, and quantum computing, announced that the companies have built a commercial hybrid quantum application that simulates and optimizes movements of autonomous agricultural vehicles at scale. The companies expect that the application will accelerate autonomy in agriculture, streamlining agriculture operations for thousands of fields in real time. So they've got a few world firsts right now using quantum computing. They have something that is working with agricultural equipment and farming equipment for autonomous applications so that farmers don't have to be there. And we've got one working, I guess you would call it the mining sector, looking for these magnetic materials. That is two in just the last month. Shame on you, CEO of NVDA, telling us we had to wait for 20 years. Maybe he's out of the loop? Oh boy. So as you can see, we got lots of catalysts right now, not just for this company, though it is for this company. This can definitely help the entire quantum computer sector. So let's take a look now at the relative volume for the company. Did that news kick her up any? Yes, it did. I'd say about 40% roughly. She went from about 58 million as a daily average over the last 30 days, up over 71 million today. Share structure for QBTS. We got 180 million outstanding. No clue what the insiders own, so I don't know what the float is, but I can tell you this much. Not going to be any higher than the outstanding share count. So it's not a great float if it be that high, but it's not terrible. Market cap, ooh, look at that. We are just cresting $1 billion on QBTS. Financials. Are they making money? Yes, they are. Over the last 4 years, their revenues have been increasing steadily, going from 5 million to 6 million to 7 million, closer to 9 million by the end of 2023. Yes, it's millions. We've got to add 3 zeros to any of the numbers on these charts. Taking a look at their quarterlies, what do we got going here? We took a dip. We were doing about 2 to 2.5 million roughly over the last year. And in September, they took a dip down to 1.8 million. Taking a look at the balance sheet. Remembering those 3 zeros here too. Cash and cash equivalents. I like to think of that as the bank. We got about $30 million in the bank. Total assets for the company were at about 50 million. Total liabilities is a little more than that, 66 million. So we are holding about 17 million in stockholder deficit. So the company is making money, they are making profit, but we, the investors, haven't seen any of that profit yet. And taking a quick look at our disclosures, we've got an 8K that came out today. That correlates with the news we were just reading. A couple of Form 4s. Form 4s can be good news. These are reports of whenever the insiders acquire or dispose of the company's stock. Now, they can get them and lose them in a lot of different ways, but we're primarily interested when they buy them or sell them. Neither one of these are buys or sells. These are dealing with restricted stock. So I didn't see any filings here I thought I should be bringing to your attention. So what we've got is a quantum computing company that is doing something we didn't expect for decades, right? And they're moving fast. We've already got 2 firsts for the world. How many more are going to come? And what is this going to do for the entire quantum computing sector? Probably lift it. Even though the other companies won't have any news, you're going to see them rise just out of sympathy for this company. You gotta love a sector that rises together. Let's go take a look at this chart. We're going to chart QBTS together over here on my free trading platform, Thinkorswim. We got D-Wave opened up to a 1-day, 1-year chart. I've taken down all of my horizontal lines, my Fibonacci's, my supports and resistances, which I use to find my entries and targets, but do have a tendency to clutter the chart. So we're looking at a 52-week low here of 75 cents we hit back in August of last year. She went sideways for a couple of months, and then in November she started to wake up and started to climb. At the end of December, she hit her 52-week high of $11.41. You're looking at roughly 1,500% gains from bubble to bubble here. She then fell hard and fast, breaking through the 20, finally stopping on this dynamic duo, the 2 MAs, the 200 Hall, and the 50 MA. Now, when you see your price fall hard and fast down to the 20, don't hope it bounces off the 20. 8 out of 10 times it'll go right through it. It's only twice as thick as the 9, and the 9 is cracker thin. So this came down to our dynamic duo, bounced off of that for over 30 days, then it broke underneath it, Came down here to about $4.50, and right now she is trying to work herself back up. But look at all the volume we've had over the last 3 months. It has been hard and it has been steady. Take a look at our 6-month 4-hour view. Doesn't look a whole lot different than our yearly view, except for maybe our setup. We are at a breakout right now, and I'm sure today helped with the news. She came down here to this $4.50, bounced off of that. All of our MAs are going flat right now. Our 50 is flat. Our 200 haul is flat right in there. Hasn't turned blue yet, so it isn't turned up, but it's gone flat. Our 20 is already climbing, starting to push towards the 200. With the catalyst we have, I am quite confident that this is going to push through that 200 and start to climb. As you can see, volume was strong today compared to the days before, and all of our oscillators are climbing and heating up right now. Everything looks really good on the long chart. Take a look at our 20-day 1-hour view. So we got above the 200, hitting a high here of $8.22. Off of that, we came down through the 200, hitting a low here of $4.09. Bounced off of that low very quickly, up over top of the 200 haul, on top of the 50, and then took what I'm going to call a crouch before the pounce. She was going sideways, minding her own business, and look how tight those two 200s are. That 200 MA and that 200 haul are very close. Prices touch them, both of them right there in the middle. And then it decided to drop. To me, that looks like a cat getting ready to bounce up onto the counter. It came down hard and boom, took off straight to the 200, through the 200, and looks like it's still climbing to me. All of our MAs are going through the 200 right now. Those are called golden crosses. Every time a smaller MA goes over top of a bigger MA, that's power to the price. And it works and vice versa. If you see a small MA come down over a bigger MA, that's a black cross. Chances are it's going to start falling. Take a look at our 5-day, 15-minute. So she was drooping here with some pops in the morning. You can see that's when she likes to pop, is in the morning, but not every morning, so don't be looking for it. She fell down to this low of $4.30, got back up on her 200 haul, pushed herself to the 50, started riding that 50 all the way up. Look at, she's bouncing on it over and over and over again. Now she has pushed herself up onto the 20 and the 9-day, abandoning the 50. She doesn't need a super thick floor to jump off of anymore. She's getting lighter and lighter and the price is rising. So now she's only jumping off of the 20 and the 9. Chances are, the way she's moving, she's going to push off of the 20 and just get onto the 9. What we need to watch for is when the price gets too far above the 9. It's not a bird. It does not fly. It's more like a kangaroo. It bounces. Bounces uphill, bounces downhill, bounces sideways. So if the price gets too high above the 9, expect it to come down. It has to bounce on something. But right now, she looks like she is ready to continue climbing. Now, she's been climbing after market with very little volume. I can't even see the volume. It's so little here. Let's see if I can bring up some volume here. No, I can't even see the volume. So very little volume has got this thing moving. She came down to a low aftermarket of 575. Right now we're up at 591. Everything looks like she is ready to continue. I would definitely be putting QBTS on my watch list for tomorrow. I would be looking at that list of quantum computer companies I gave you, because any of those can start running tomorrow with no catalyst except this one. This company has just brought forth news that has lifted up the entire quantum sector. We thought it was dead for 20 years, and now we see it's alive and kicking. Again, I say, shame on you, CEO of NVDA. I should get his name. Is it Jensen? I can't remember. But he had us all worried when we could have been making money, folks. Let's get back to it, eh? Appreciate your time, folks. Do some more due diligence. I think you'll get excited too. Quantum is back. Remember, the more you know, the more you're going to grow. See you, folks.